Hi and welcome back to the channel. We are 4 days, 20 hours and 46 minutes away from our departure day, and I'm really looking forward to it. We've had a brilliant week. We've had friends up this weekend. They came up to do a little job on the van and didn't go to plan. If you follow Urban Van Life, Neil and Emma, you'll have seen that they've had a few issues. They come up for a nice simple job, and when we started stripping out one side of the van, it highlighted a bigger issue: broken drive shaft. I'll put a link somewhere up here to their video. You can go and have a look at it. It did get fixed. We had to wait for parts. We tried our hardest to rectify the fault, but when something breaks at a weekend, sometimes you just have to sit around and wait. Anyway, today's video, we are going to fix a job that I think every crafter and every sprinter will appreciate. Every owner of a crafter and sprinter will appreciate, because there's a design fault on these lovely vehicles that it can't just piss me off. It must piss other people off as well. It's windscreen wipers. Well, not the windscreen wipers, it's the windscreen washers that attach to the windscreen wipers. Let me show you. So I would call this a Friday job. Somebody's designed a van, it's Friday afternoon, and they can't go home until they come up with an idea for the washer jets. That's a Friday afternoon idea. That is shit. Real shit. It sometimes hits a windscreen, it sometimes doesn't. Currently the windscreen's clean, but the other day I was driving and I could not get the driver's side clean, because let's just go through it. Right, this clips on. You can clip it on anywhere you want. Maybe I should have just moved it down to there. Maybe that would do. But look at it, it moves. This pipe runs all the way around your windscreen wipers, and over time it's gonna break. So just a really poor design. So while Neil and Emma's van was on the drive, like anybody else, I had a little nosy around it, and I noticed that Neil had proper washer jets fitted to his van, and I want them. So he's kindly shared the parts with me on Amazon or eBay, one of them two. I've got them now and I'm going to install them today. I'm looking forward to this, because this is going to be an advantage, because winter's coming. Things do get a bit crappy, don't they? And salt and all the rest of it. And we're going to Spain in a few days, if I haven't told you. And I'm expecting to see a bit of dust and sand and crap. So I want to be able to wash it off without any issues. Right, I'm going to show you how bad these wipers really are. So that's them going. I'm going to squirt. One is hit. They're both missing the windscreen. They're both missing the windscreen. Now that isn't me setting them up to do that. If I don't have them missing the windscreen when I'm parked, when I'm driving, the wind blows them back on. If I didn't do that, well, I can't adjust them. So basically when you're driving along, the wind forces them onto your windscreen, which isn't a great design. And that's what I want to get rid of, because that is not doing anything. There's a little bit hitting the windscreen, and there is no adjustment in the ends of them nozzles, so they've got to go. We're actually going to mount these new jets on the bonnet, and we're going to drill a hole and we're going to show you where to mount them. In the kit comes lots of connections and some fresh pipe. We might not need this, we'll see, but we definitely need these. So I'm going to go and find the drill bit for this, and we'll start drilling the dash. The bonnet, not the dash. So I'm going to mount the jets here and here to get access to this area, we need to take this panel out. Now there is a Torx fixing there, Torx 15, and there's one there. I've backed them out a little bit so you can see them, but you just take them out. They're just retaining. And the same on this side. They just hold it all in place. Drop that again. So the next thing you want is a plastic tool, and just dig it in and pop this out. Again, same this side. Always one. That doesn't want to bloody come out, does it? There you go. So that gives us plenty of access up into here. Let's get rid of the spider's nest. It's transplanted. I think we'll give that a clean out while we're in there. Get rid of all the dirt and grime. Yeah, it's pretty minging in there. You don't have to do this. I just, when I open somewhere up, I always give it a bit of a clean, remove any debris, and hopefully that will give it a little bit more life. Right, that's on there. Let's just line that up on there. That's 206, so 103, right there. So that's our centre line there. So I measured Neil's, he had his at 600. So we'll go 300 each side of that mark. Right. So that is the jet. I'm just going to make sure that we can actually get to it. So we're double skinned. I would have said around about there, and that's where our lip is. So if we went centre of that, which is, that's around about 35 millimeters. So I'd say if we went about there, and to measure that down, it's around about 43 from the top. I'll mirror that on the other side. What we'll do first is we'll put a little pilot through. It's blunt, that bit. Let's go and get a fresh one. Right, back with a new bit. There you go. First one done. And now we're going to step that up to a 10mm. Oops. So what we'll have to do, we'll get a step cutter on that. So if you've not seen one of these before, this is called a step cutter, and it's ideal for situations like this where your drill's grabbed and created a bit of a mess around your hole. Right, let's have a little look at that. So fill that up. Oh, that's perfect. Right, we've got a bit of burr there, so what we'll do is we'll get the file, we'll file that down. And get rid of that. And we'll hoover up all this mess. That's perfect. That is perfect. I think that's got it. Good. Right, let's have a little look. We need to get some paint on this now, on that bare metal. Bit of primer first. Well, it turns out I haven't got any grey paint left, so I'm just going to have to do the best I can with black. I'm hoping it doesn't bleed out. Time to offer up the nozzle. See how much of that black stuff we can see. I'm hoping it's very little. Got the nut on the back. Yeah, we can polish some of that off. So these are M14 nuts on the bottom of the jets. So now we've got that bolted in, and time to just offer this up. Lisa can't remember how this works, you know. When I'm recording, she's meant to be quiet. Oh. I think I got swore at then. It sounded like swearing. Potty mouth. She's just done it twice though. Well, it didn't go on. I thought it had gone on, no bother. But what it had done, it had split, so I've trimmed the end off. I'm warming it up now, and just a little bit of hot water will make all the difference. I think that'll do. So I realised as well that the whole time I've been doing this job, my mic has been slipping off. So you may have got a few muffled sections. Let's just pop that over there a couple of times just to get it into the shape that we want. Bloody hell. Sausage fingers, see. I think we're on. Let's have a little look. I can't see. Ugh, maybe you can. It looks to be on. Little kink in it, but I think that'll work itself out when we put some water through it. And that side's pretty good too. That's the pipe work in. Now we need to strip out the original stuff over here, strip it back, and then route it up and over under the bonnet, strip that one back as well. So this is the existing pipe work for the water jets. So at some point we will strip that out, but today we're going to try and run a cable probably from here up through that riv nut that we don't use anymore, around to here, which is pipe work we just put in, and then we'll run that straight down to the pump, which is on the bottom of there. And it bloody works as well. How good is that? What's enough to get to where we need to be? So we've joined that there. Once we pull the slack out of this pipe work, that should just sit up here out the way. So that's the pipe work, ran along the harness and then down to the bottle. What we'll do is we'll leave this on for now, because you never know, we may need to put it back. Right, now we've got all that pipe work done, we can put all the bits back on the bonnet. That slots on there, I think. Yes. That's us. So that slots on and pushes out before you put the bolts back in. The torque screws, sorry. That one done. That's that one done. Whew. Moment of truth. Let's see. I'm happy with that. That is good. Maybe you need to adjust that one a little bit. That is 10 times better. It's 1,000 times better than what we've ever had. It's amazing. Job done. Well, for a change, we've started a job and finished it the same day. Now that's rare around here. There's usually something crops up or something we never thought about. But anyway, big job done and a quick job. It only took a couple hours, but that'll make a massive improvement on every trip. We've struggled in the past, really struggled, and why VW do that it's beyond me. It really is beyond me. So to have a system like that on such a good van, it's poor, isn't it? It's really poor. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. We're still pushing for the 10k. So if you're new to this channel and you like what we're doing, please subscribe. If you've enjoyed the video and you think it benefits somebody, please share it. And if you've liked it, just give it a thumbs up. Any questions, stick them in the comments below and we'll try to answer every one that we get. Thank you very much for watching and we'll see you again next Sunday. Why not head over and check out our new website, www.thecraftyblinders.co.uk. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok and our Facebook group, The Crafty Blinder Van Builds. Thanks for watching.